jerseys. They also had a win by 19-12, so it's Australia against Kenya. With me is Rob Vickerman. We're looking here, Rob, at really the outcome of this very tight pool.
Really tight pool this, Keith. I think it's going to be an absolute physical battle as well. These Kenyans are a formidable force and actually are expecting to go very well here, having won it last year, so should be an exciting game upcoming.
I think they've got extra fizz in their makeup and their attitude, the Kenyans. But here comes Australia. They've got some great runners, and they've found one of them out wide. It's McNamara. Is it John Porch? It's an old expression out of somewhere. US politics, I think. Look at this.
And we talk about the size of these Kenyans. It doesn't matter if you've not got the ball, you need to make your tackles. This Australian team impressed a lot of people in Hong Kong. They're young, they're exciting, they're confident, they're exuberant, and I thought, man, they're a bit edgy. They've got a little bit about them, and you see here, they're really taking it to these Kenyans. Frightening to when you look at some of these date of births, and there's one of them scoring it, John Porch. Another one of the young pups, 18, 19-year-olds amongst them, with a 1998 date of birth. Frightening to see.
That really, it's hard to look at, isn't it? But nice conversion there for Australia. Tom Lucas, it's a 7-point lead. There's the little signal for where the kick is going from the fingers raised behind the ball. There it is. So the opposition can't hear it vocally or see it. It's hidden away. Great start by Australia with a try to Porch, converted 7-0. They've got good speed and they're great to watch, the Aussies. With guys like Lockie, Anderson. Here's a guy that's good to watch though, Nelson Oyu. He got the winner here last year, or the try that clinched the victory for them. Charlie Taylor, a great running player also for the Australian. Of course, the number one runner really is Henry Hutchison.
Hutchinson one to look out for, but I just like their doggedness. Their breakdown work is one of the best on the series, and we saw there that man with the ball, Kennelwell, so strong over the ball. These are young men, but they're formidable in contact.
And here they come again. Lucas. First look at Hutchison. That is brilliant. A flash. And he's through.
There's a concerning gait as he walks away from this though, but this is what he's capable of. Lucas probing, ball in two hands, looking at gaps. One step, two steps. His crazy legs sometimes, Hutchinson. I'm not sure he knows where he's going. Almost runs scared, but it is brilliant to see when he's in full flow. Beats people, change direction, change your pace. You just see there when he walks off, a little bit of a limp. He's not happy with something, but he's pretty delighted to score in the corner.
Well, 2 tries so early, they might sub him off. There's some good runners on the bench. Attempted the conversion by Tom Lucas. It's away, 12-0.
He's only 19, Hutchinson. It might still be growing pains, you never know.
He goes left. Stay here. I stay here, right?
Yes, this Australian team this year, they're good, has been consistently good, but perhaps not consistently good enough to really crack a win or a breakthrough performance. But last week they got up to 3rd place in the highly prestigious tournament in Hong Kong, so the signs are there that they're not far away from going into the big leagues. But meantime, look out for Eden Aguero and Kenya, because they've got a lot to play for here.
Great play by the officials there. We can see Evans in the middle there, handing the ball over to Australians. But to keep up to these players, to make the call, you've got to be there to see it. The naked eye might well have thought that was okay, but the assistant referee there, really good call.
It was the Aussies that were talking to the ref. They might have been saying, good call, ref, good call.
Crouch.
He's a Welshman, so he's completely neutral. Number 7 to the left is Eden Aguero, who was involved in the run there. Tom Lucas to the right. There's that push through this turbo roll. And it's Aguero who gets back. He's minding the store back there.
Release the tackle, please, go. Release, please.
Rather quickly.
Yeah, the referee's penalised him there for not releasing the tackle play. A little bit unlucky. If you think that the Kenyan player would have done very well to have let the ball and create the ruck breakdown opportunity. So, correct decision, just a little bit unlucky. But it's a clever tactic from the Australians there. They know they've got a great kicking game. And in these types of conditions, it's often a foot race for your outside backs to see if you can beat the returning scrum half or sweeper as it was then. So expect a fair few kicks from Australia.
Good, yeah, good.
And a 23-year-old captain, and here he is, Tom Lucas, the Aussies. Ed Jenkins is in the team. He's 30, but he's relinquished the captaincy. Aguero throws.
Not straight.
You heard the Welsh accent. They have the option of another line out or a scrum, so it's going to be a scrum.
15, lads.
This man's throwing is not straight. Australia will take the scrum. Let's look at it again.
It's a massive part of the game now. You need to have really accurate set piece. You can see them shaping at the front and running backwards. It puts a lot of pressure on the timing of a hooker. Now, these aren't normal hookers, the scrum halves often, so it's a different skill set for them to try and compete.
So they're watching each other very closely. Here comes McNamara. Lucas. Big slam dunk. Took out Lockie Anderson. Haven't seen him get a run yet. Number 12.
Floor first. Back 10, break back.
Might come his way now.
Okay. Advantage.
Just a little bit of a limp from Lockie Anderson. So let's see how Simon Kennewell goes. They were not 10 metres back. That's a bad error.
It is, and that's what can happen this Kenyan team, giving away those silly indiscretions. We take it back to the line-out, those types of moments, penalties in the breakdown. It comes down to an unforced error, and they can be crucial in a game of sevens.
And already we've reached the half-time point. So Australia, they're well on that bullet arrowhead formation inside the 22, so they're going to look to swing it either left or right for a try. And they're watching the captain now, Lucas, into the middle, running hard at it. It is McNamara moving it to the right this time. Will it pay off the decision? It's very close. The referee has gone back.
Off your feet, Red.
Yellow card.
Yeah, massive now. Lucas got the ball midfield. He knows half a tackle, either left or right, will concede the try.
He's taken it quickly. He gets it to Hutchison. Hutchison is untouchinson as he goes in.
Well, luckily Henry Hutchinson got over his little bit of a knee problem while he shot from scoring in the same corner there. He finished off, hard work done in the middle. So hard to defend on your goal line with 6 men. If anyone gets on the outside of you, you are going to concede the try. We saw there, tried the spot tackle in the middle. You don't complete it, the inside defence have got no chance.
I'd say an untouched try looming would help as all the muscles come right, wouldn't they, Rob? There's not a sign of a limp there at all. Good play by Australia. 17-0 they lead. And that's going to be the score at the half-time break. Satisfied captain Tom Lucas leads his team. Second half begins. This is a Pool C match. Australia leading Kenya by 17-0. It's kind of a bit of a surprise in as much as Kenya played so well in their first outing and beat Argentina by 22-7. Australia beat Samoa by 19-12, which means that the loser of this game will probably play Argentina for the second qualifying position in the pool.
And that's not going to be easy, but look at the stats at half-time. The Kenyans missing 6 tackles and giving away the ball 3 times. That's why the scoreline as it is. They've still got a man in the bin for another minute.
Okay. Aguero. It's side-to-side running. Well, the man who got 2 tries in the first outing, Dennis Ombachi. And they're trying again, probing, but it's a firewall defence that the Aussies have put up.
Leave it, Red.
As Samuel Oliech
No
is
problem.
tumbled across the touchline.
Absolute class defence there from the Aussies. They know it's going to be physical against the Kenyans, and this pneumatic handoff that seemingly comes out from each and every one of them. They dealt with it well. They're just letting defenders go across, let the attackers come into their trap. You see Jenkins there, spots his opportunity. The second time round, they hold him up high, and that's it. That's what you need to do. Throw him into touch. Turnover is huge in the game of sevens, and defence can often create many opportunities to get the ball back.
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Time on. Hold it, Red.
So Australia maintaining the possession. Kennewell, Lucas out left. Ombachi is, you just can't, this is a classic example of Jenkins holding off Ombachi by the big iron bar defence. And Hutchison brings it forward now. And look at this strong running by Charlie Taylor. And Hutchison gets another, for goodness sake. He can't be stopped. That's 3.
It seems ridiculous comment to call this guy the rookie of the year last year. It feels as though he's been around the series for years on end, but it comes from good work. Shifting the ball across, giving Taylor the opportunity to take on the inside defence. You can see how it's shifted. Big left step, backs it up. As a league, he's always keeping that offload open, and Hutchison just trails it. He made the pass, keep an eye on him. Looks in, knows where the gap's going to be, comes in behind the defence, and that is the hole that's always there in sevens rugby. You follow your pass, you create opportunities.
The young World Sevens Player of the Year last year, Henry Hutchison. Tom Lucas. So tries building up, conversions not running with them, but 22 points to 0.
And we talk about the youth of this Australian team. Give you a few numbers around it. They have got no less than 7 players in their team with less than 10 events on the 7 series. That shows they've not been playing even a year of this top flight sevens rugby. And conversely, the Kenyans only have 2, so they are well and truly the most experienced team here. But I love this edge that this Aussie team have got.
So they've got some young players. They've also got some seasoned players. I think that's what we call guys like James Stannard at number 5 in the game now, but he is also a terrific player. He's 34 years of age, and down goes Bush Amwale. Now here's Kenya getting a bit of noise going to try to lift themselves. Billy Odhiambo, number 5. And number 4 is Augustine Lugonzo, Eden Aguero. But look at the way the Aussies swarm. And now they spread out across to stop these attacks. Halfway line. Oyo! Oyo! Down the same track that he ran last year and earlier today. Nelson Oyo. But it's not going to be enough, I fear, in this game.
He's just like a coiled spring, isn't he? People falling off him. 1 down already, another 2 try and commit themselves to him. He is so dynamic, so powerful and effortless in the way that he runs. He's a pleasure to see on a sevens pitch.
Well, he is a 22-year-old from Nakuru Rugby Football Club. And this was what he did in the final last year. He ran from here against Fiji, and this is the same run, the same running style, but big men behind him flailing in his wake. Try is converted, 22-7. Somebody's gone down heavily, and it's the man they fondly refer to as Chucky Stannard. And it's and looks like it's got a bit of a serious bang he has taken. There's Dennis Ombachi. Bit of concern being shown for Stannard, but all of the precautions taken against a bang on the head. But what a glorious run that was. Here's Augustin Lugonzo, who's come onto the game. So hints that perhaps not in this game, Rob, but in the next game Kenya has to play today to qualify for the cup rounds. They could be dangerous.
They're always going to be a dangerous team. The thing is, Cliff, when you look at the size of them, they've always got that physicality, they've got the pace out wide. What they need to do is just have more discipline, but never great to see players go off with a bit of claret on the old schnoz there for Stannard. You know, we mentioned about his experience. Between him and Jenkins alone, they accrue more than half of all their experience in terms of World Series events. So really is a formidable loss if he goes away.
You call it claret on the schnoz. Sometimes where I come from, it's called claret on the beezer. Got it on the beezer, on the bonce. But sadly, one of the personalities of the tour has retired from the game. No doubt. Well, hopefully he is back. Not perhaps for this game, with only a minute and a bit to go, but later in the day. Meanwhile, we're enjoying the Australians. We really are. And Charlie Taylor came from Rugby League, found his feet in this new game, and had some injury problems, but look at him now, bouncing around like there's no tomorrow. And got the ball again. Pushed through for the bounce. Kenyans are back. Eden Nagero taking it right back, and they're going to try to build it up from the backfield. You've got to hold on to the ball, though. Number 8 is Tom Kingston. He's a big guy, and there is space for some runners out wide for Kenya. And look at that defence come in. The tackler there was Tom Lucas, I think it was. A beautiful piece of defensive play, aggressive defence, tenacious defence.
It is, and when you've got someone the size of a tree running at you, to make a hit like this, pretty impressive. Look at that, gets the low grip, picks up both the legs and puts him down, not past horizontal, which is the safety element there. That was like a UFC takedown. What a hit from Lucas.
9 and 7 red. 9 and 7 red, boys. 9 and 7 sub.
Aggressive defence. Kept the Aussies back. So if you're an Aussie watching at home, hello to you. And you should be very pleased. 19-12, and leading here 22-7 with 30 seconds to play. The captain is Tom Lucas, the man with the ball.
Copy.
And they got one more. Tom Kingston, number 8. They have got one more, and it's the man that started it all. Liam McNamara. He made one of the early breaks, started the scoring, and he's going to put it down for yet another try for Australia.
There's a fair few odes to the Honey Badger Cummins with these hairbands, but they are pretty well deserved to say that they are impressing the world round. What I like it, they do it without that out-and-out flyer. They run hard, solid lines in the middle. They back each other well. They are a great team to watch.
Tom Lucas adds the conversion, and the Aussies have beaten Kenya, who had won earlier in impressive style, by 29 points to 7.